You're watching In Focus. Ivory Coast Electoral Commission has again delayed the release of results from Sunday's presidential election, with both candidates complaining of voting irregularities. The release of those results was delayed when President Laurent Gbagbo's supporters tore up returns before they could be announced. It is adding to tension in a country that is still under an overnight curfew following the deaths of at least 6 people in electoral violence.
And joining us now on the phone from Abidjan is VOA West Africa correspondent Scott Stearns. Hello, Scott.
Yes, Ndimyake.
If you could just give us an update, any indication at all that these results will be delayed by midnight or by deadline time?
Well, as you say, the Electoral Commission under law has until midnight to proclaim a winner in this election, but it's now a very dangerous moment in Ivory Coast. We have just over 10,000 ballots released in a country with nearly 6 million registered voters 3 days after the end of voting. I suppose it's theoretically possible for the Electoral Commission to meet its midnight deadline to declare a winner, but I fear unlikely. President Gbagbo's supporters are determined to have results from at least 4 districts in northern Ivory Coast annulled because they say that supporters of former Prime Minister Alassane Ouattara engaged in electoral fraud, and the results of those votes are invalid. Mr. Ouattara's campaign says it's clear that the Gbagbo campaign's interference with the announcement of results shows that President Gbagbo knows he's been beaten.
Now, Scott, of course, as you just indicated there, of course, it seems accusations and counter-accusations about irregularities and interruptions or interferences in this vote counting, and an indication that there's a lot of tension obviously going on around the country. From where you stand in Abidjan, what are the indications that there's a reason to be very concerned about an eruption, maybe a possible eruption of violence as these results are being awaited?
I think those fears are very well founded. Abidjan has been silent Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Very little traffic. All shops are closed. People are afraid. They're staying at home. They don't know what's going to happen. This is just the sort of uncertainty that the Electoral Commission said it was going to avoid by beginning to announce provisional results within hours of the end of polling Sunday. Clearly, that hasn't happened. The Electoral Commission has missed 4 of its own deadlines. I think the danger here, the risk here, far greater than we saw, for instance, in Guinea just 2 weeks ago. That was rocks and tear gas. Violence here in Ivory Coast has a far greater potential to be far more organized, far more widespread, far more deadly. It's a country that's already divided. Rebels already control all of northern Ivory Coast. Militias are still in place from the brief civil war. I think the risk here this evening, after midnight, in the days to come, very great.
Now, Scott, obviously you've been talking to a lot of people in Abidjan and around the country. What is the expectation that many people are telling you about what they want to see coming out of these particular elections?
Well, everyone wants a peaceful outcome, but everyone wants their person to win. So both men cannot win. Someone must be declared the winner by midnight. The loser feels that he has justifiably been robbed of the election. Both men believe they are the winners, and if they're not the winner, then, well, the contest goes to the Constitutional Council.
Well, thank you so much, Scott Stearns. I guess we'll be coming back to you at some point in the week to just see what's going on. Appreciate that. Scott Stearns, our VOA West Africa correspondent in Abidjan.